Good morning, everybody. Just 2 more days of new lessons. Next Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to have some special videos for you guys to work on for your last 2 days of school. So we have 2 more days where you guys have to show that grit and determination to finish off strong. I wore my special shirt. So you guys remember, you got grit, you don't quit. So you guys are rocking out Lexia. I just found 3 more Lexia superstars and I put them on homeroom. So congratulations to Jacob, Jesse, and Jacob. It was Jacob, Jesse, and oh my goodness, Mrs. Howell. Forgot my last friend. I'm going to remember it before the end, guys. I just put the certificates into homeroom, so way to go, guys. So yesterday was craft day for our day, our drawing day, sorry, for our day off to catch up. So hopefully you guys drew a picture or two. Some of you guys showed me your drawings of your house on our Google Meet, and it was really neat to see. So today is game day. Guess what? Mrs. Howell's 1 day off. Oh no. Tell me you're still cool, Mrs. Howell. Wednesday was game day, and so you were supposed to play your favorite game. I forgot to tell you guys that. And today is reading day, so we're going to be able to find some books in our house and read. So looking at our Get Out and Move for end of the year calendar here, so far I have 18 points. Are you able to beat me yet? We played basketball with our laundry the other day. It was super fun. We actually ended up having a sock fight, the kids and I. And we were actually hula hooping in the rain because we found a hula hoop. And then Desmond and I, when he was doing his occupational therapy, Desmond does therapy on a computer, and we were doing our balancing. And then he also had to do a crab walk, so he helped me get some points. So I have 18. Wonder if you have more than me. You still have 2 more days to get your points in. So today we're going to do our sound practice. We're actually going to be doing our sound, and this one is an EI, and this one's kind of a funny one, but it's EI as in A as in vein, and the EI we've done with the EIGH like an 8. So we're going to get started with this one. Here we go. Best voice you guys have. Ready? G. U. This is like in feud, which is kind of tricky because the U should be first if we're normally saying it. Ink. U. K. Nd. T. Ank. Oi. Ang. Ko. G. Dw. Per. Aw. Okay, ready? Get your hand up. 2 more days of this, guys. You can do it. You got grit. You don't quit. Here we go. K-adge. Cadge. Not a word. K-apt. Capped. Not a word. Ooh. Anyone remember when that C is next to an I? Does the C say K or S? It says S. Ready? Sipped. Sipped. Ooh, that sounds like when I take a drink. Totally different spelling. Split. Splipped. Oh, I can't even. It's like a tongue twister. Not a word. Dripped. Dripped. Ooh, dripped sounds like it too, but I know that would have an ED at the end, so not a word. Shripped. Shripped. Not a word. Shroiped. Shroiped. Not a word. Floiped. Floiped. Not a word. Flooped. Flooped. Not a word. Flume. Flume. Ooh, a flume is actually like a metal pipe that you would use for like a fireplace and things, but it's a different spelling. Bloom. Bloom. Bloom of flower blooms. Guess what, guys? Different spelling. Blue. Blue. That is like when you have blown, like a dandelion. That's like I blew bubbles. Blunk. Blunk. Not a word. Blong, blong, not a word. Blank, blank, that is a word. Awesome job, my friends. You guys are getting really fast at those. Okay, here we go. Ready? What's the first step? Find my vowels. I see a U and I see a U. Ooh, what do you see at the end? I see an E. So I know that E is going to be silent. Oh, this is so tricky because guess what? The E should make the U say its name. But does anyone see anything else? I see the U and the R. And that's a bossy R. Oops. So that U and that R are going to say U. So that's going to, the U and the R are going to say Okay, so let's see. So then I have my consonant. So what do I usually do? I usually break it after that first vowel. I'm going to try that first. So is that U long or short? It's going to be long because it's an open syllable. Ready? Few, future, future. Ooh, can you guys think of a word that's like future? Future. That T-U-R is going to make that chur sound. It's going to be that C-H. So this would be one of those words that I would try, and then I'm going to have to think in my brain, what's that really close to? Future. Yep. Okay, guys, let's look for our vowels. You see a vowel? I see a vowel. Oh, and what's right next to it? Yep, you're right. That is a bossy R. And then, do you see another vowel? I do too. Here we go. Okay, what do I usually do? I'm going to break it after that vowel team, that vowel, or, oop. Here we go. I'm going to keep that E and R together because that's a bossy R combo. And then this E is sandwiched in between two what? Two consonants. So that's going to be a closed syllable. So it's going to say F. Here we go. Per, fect, perfect, perfect. Great job. And that, when we say this word, we usually say perfect. It sounds like it. That would be a schwa E, a lazy E. Okay, word ball today. You guys know our words: should, warm, today, world, and years. And make your extra one. You're going to unscramble with pencil, write it in marker, write it in crayon. Don't forget to unscramble your words first. Okay, so today we're going to read Signs of Winter, written by Colleen Delphin again. And today we're going to pause and we're going to go ahead and fill in the missing sections. And the genre is informational text. And I'm going to guess that the author's purpose is to teach me information since it's an informational text. Okay. Seasons. You guys need to get your reading fingers ready. You guys need to read the best that you can possibly read because you guys are all ready for second grade as readers. So let's go and do our best. Ready? Here we go. There are 4 seasons during the year. They are called spring, summer, autumn, and winter. The weather, plants, animals, and daylight hours change during each season. Winter, spring, summer, autumn. Winter. During the year, Earth travels around the sun. This brings some parts of the Earth closer to the sun. Other parts of the Earth get farther from the sun. Winter happens in the parts farthest from the sun. Underline what can change during each season. Oh, they told me a lot of things can change. What? Let's go ahead and find that word change. That's going to help me. And I see the word change right here. So we're going to go ahead and underline what we know can change. So it says the weather, plants, and animals. There's a couple other things that can change too. And daylight hours change during each season. Did you know In France, it is winter in December. In New Zealand, it's winter in July. And we talked about that when we had in class, guys, when we had the globe and we talked about the different parts of the earth. New Zealand's really close to Australia. So if you remember when Lachlan's dad and grandpa had come in and grandma, we talked about where Australia was and how the seasons were different for us. In winter, there are many clouds in the sky. Instead of raining, it snows. Vanessa and Tom are building a snowman. They start by making a huge snowball. There is very little daylight in winter. It gets dark out early in the evening. So look at the text and illustrations on these 2 pages. Underline the words that describe what you would see in each illustration. Well, illustrations, guys, I think of drawings. And are these illustrations or are they pictures, real pictures? I would say they were real pictures. So I would almost disagree with the author here. But underline the words that you would describe what you see. So what do you see in this picture? I see them building a snowman. And what do you see in this picture? Well, it's talking about how there's very little daylight. In winter, many trees are bare. Their branches don't have any leaves. The temperature can get very cold during the winter. People need to wear extra clothes to keep warm. James is making a snow angel. His coat and snow pants keep him from getting cold. Did you know pine and fir trees have needles? The needles stay on the trees during winter. So context clues are words or pictures that help you figure out what an unknown word means. Underline the words that help you figure out what the word bear means. Use the picture too. So let's find the word bear. Okay, so I see the word bear right here. Do you guys see it? I see the word bear right there. So now I want to find in the context clue or a clue in the story that's going to tell me what bear means. It says, in winter, many trees are bare. Their branches don't have any leaves. So they told me the answer right there. I can also see the trees, the picture in the story. It has a bunch of trees with no leaves. That would tell me they are bare also. The temperature is cold for animals too. Some move to warmer places for winter. Animals that have a lot of fur stay during the winter. Their fur keeps them warm. It is hard for animals to find food in the winter. In autumn, beavers collect extra sticks and logs. They keep them in the water near their lodges. They eat bark during the winter. Did you know an American bison's coat grows extra long and thick in the winter? Did you know winter comes after autumn but before spring? So the question I want to read is, what inference can you make about what bison do in cold temperatures? Highlight the text that you see, and I'm going to underline it, guys, because my highlighter's not working. So I want to know, I can make an inference. They didn't necessarily tell me what they do, but I can take a look at the picture and I can also take a look at the text. So what do bison do in the cold winter? So it says, some move to warmer places. Animals that have a lot of fur stay during the winter. Their fur keeps them warm. So do you think a bison is an animal that moves to a warmer place or stays put? I think that I can make an inference that the bison has so much fur that the bison is going to stay in its habitat because it has so much fur that it gets to stay during the winter. I made that inference. Bobby likes to go sledding in the winter. What do you do in the winter? And it says, read pages 192 and 193 aloud with a partner to practice reading accurately. So you guys just did that. So If you need to go back to those pages so that way, or pause it right now, so that way you can read it nice and smooth. And then don't forget, we have a glossary. A glossary are the definitions of what those words mean. So they told us what the word change, collect, needle, sled, and temperature would mean. So use pictures in the text. The pictures and words give you information about a topic. Both pictures and words help describe. So I want you to circle if you think in our text, the picture, the words, or both helped us. What helped us know how much daylight is in the winter? Well, I know they were talking about that, the daylight here. And did the words or the pictures help you, or both? I thought it was both. Okay. And then how can trees change during the seasons? Well, I know we are talking about trees in this page. Did the pictures help you, or did the text help you? Again, I think it was both. And then it says, use the pictures and words to describe key ideas in the signs of winter. Well, what do you think the main idea, or what was the story mostly about? I thought the story was many things change during winter. That's what I thought the story was about. And then making inferences. We're going to make some inferences about the bison in the signs of winter. Go back to the text. So when we went back to the text, what I read was that the American bison's coat is extra long. So I read the bison coat is long. And that's what sorry guys. So what do I already know about maybe the bison or about animals? Or what do I know? I know people and animals need protection from the cold. And I know that because I've been at recess when it's really cold outside. So then, what's my inference? So I know the bison's coat is long, and I know people and animals need protection from the cold. So I can make an inference that the bison is protected during winter because, I hope I spell it correctly. Winter because it has a long fur coat. And that's my inference that I made. So, okay, guys, today for Go Noodle, we have a new one. We've never played this one. It's called Jump. It looks pretty fun. So this was actually a very famous song when Mrs. Howell was a kid. This was a really, I don't know if it's famous, but it was popular. So I'm going to do it with you guys today. You should know that Chris Cross ain't having anything today. We stand here totally crossed out, and we commit to make you jump, jump. The Mac Dad will make you jump, jump. The Daddy Mac will make you jump, jump. Chris Cross will make you jump, jump. Someone's trying to compare us to another little fad. I'm the Mac and I'm back. Give you something that you never had. I'll make you jump, jump, wiggle and shake your rump. Cause I'll be cooking the flavor that makes you wanna jump. How high, real high, cause I'm just so fly. A young lover, lovable type of guy. And everything is in the back with a little slack. And inside out is wiggity, 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 whack. Jump, jump. The Mac Dad'll make you jump, jump. The Daddy Mac will make you jump, jump. Chris Cross will make you jump, jump. Jump, jump. The Mac Dad'll make you jump, jump. Daddy Mac will make you jump, jump. Chris Cross will make you jump, jump. In the midst, I'll make you take a step back. They try to step to the Mac and then they got jacked to the back. You'll be sporting in gear. Is that coincidental? Act like you know it. Don't be claiming that it's mental. Two little kids with a flow you ain't never heard. And I'm faking you can understand every word as you listen to my cool, cool melody. The Daddy makes you J-U-M-P. Jump, jump. The Mac Dad'll make you jump, jump. The Daddy Mac will make you jump, jump. Chris Cross will make you jump, jump. Jump, jump. The Mac Dad'll make you jump, jump. The Daddy Mac will make you jump, jump. Chris Cross will make you jump, jump. Now, the formalities of this and you guys do that? You guys pause? Woo, that was hard work today, guys. It was fun. Got to floss and do that jumping thing from Fortnite. Okay. Let's see how many points we got. Oh, we already did our points. Whew. So we're going to keep adding to our COVID-19 first grade journal so that way you guys have some ideas of things that you've done while you've been home with your family, nice and safe. So Monday we did while I stayed home with my family. You did blank. While I stayed home with my family, my favorite movies were. While I stayed at home, I did blank for fun. That was a choice that you guys had. And then Wednesday, because it was Catch Up Wednesday. If you didn't get a chance to do that, that's okay. And then for today, we are doing while I stayed home, my favorite foods were. So you're going to add to your journal. So you're going to click next clean page. Love to see some pictures and some complete sentences. So I can copyright what I wrote. While I stayed home, at home, my favorite foods were, what is something you really loved making? I loved making, my favorite foods were cornbread and, what was the other thing Miss Nora and I were making a lot? Nora and I made cornbread and custard. We were able to bake as a family. It was all delicious food. And I love cornbread. It's one of my favorite foods, and I have not been able to have it because it has gluten in it, and I found a gluten-free recipe, and so Nora and I have been making that a lot. And then, you guess what, guys? I wrote custom, and it needs to make custard. So it's not like the custard that you get at Culver's. This kind of custard is made with eggs, and it is a recipe that my grandma used to make. So that's what I did. So I'd love to see your favorite foods, especially some pictures. Maybe you know, if Desmond had to write his, guys, I bet he would say his favorite foods were chips because he ate a lot of chips, and Nora ate a lot of ice cream. So each person has some different stuff. So today I just have a new video for Number Rocks, and then I brought my big clock so I can show you guys some things about the analog clock. So let's go ahead and watch this real quick. I want to tell you all about my Saturday, but before I do, listen, I've just got to say 60 minutes make up every hour on the clock, and 30 minutes is half an hour. Tick-tock. So remember on the clock, 30 is half an hour. Now let me tell you of the day that almost went sour. Oh yeah. I was headed to the park, I decided to walk. As I left, I looked up and saw the time on the clock. The shorthand pointed to the 9, and I knew it was 9 when I saw the long hand made an upward vertical line. When that long minute hand points right to the 12, the short hour end points to the time we can tell. When the hour hands on a number and the minute hands up, we know it's o'clock, whether breakfast or sun.
between two numbers per se. It's half past the hour on 6:30 that day. With the long minute hand that represents the minutes go by, it's easy to tell time and to soon see why. Each number on the clock is 5 minutes in it. If you skip count by 5, you tell the time, lickety split. After hours playing, I took my sidewalk chalk, thinking wouldn't it be fun to draw the time on a clock? Oh yeah. 3:30, the hour hand is 3:30. The minute hands at 6 halfway round, which is 30. I remembered I had to meet my friend Lexi. Her house was far away, so I left in a hurry. A hurry. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I got to Lexi's door and then rapped, knock, knock. She entered the door and was pointing to the clock. The hour hand was right between the 5 and the 4. The minute hand was at 6, pointed down toward the floor. So the time was 4:30 and she looked annoyed.
You said you'd be coming no later than 4.
Oh boy. When the hour hands on a number and the minute hands up, we know it's o'clock, whether breakfast or up. If the hour hands right between two numbers per se, it's half past the hour on 3:30 that day. With the long minute hand that represents the minutes go by, it's easy to tell time and to soon see why. Each number on the clock is 5 minutes in it. If you skip count by 5, you tell the time, lickety split. We went to the movies and they bought us 2 tickets. The movie we went to see started right at 6. The hour hand was at 6, the minute hand pointed up. She said,
Are we almost late?
and I was like, yup, oh yeah. When we finally got a seat, she told me I was cute, but I'd eaten beans for lunch and let out a loud toot.
No.
12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. On the way home we walked by the fishing dock. We looked up and saw that it was now 8 o'clock. My. The minute hand pointed up, the hour hand at the 8. She said,
I'm supposed to be home by now. Oh, great.
oh great.
Oh, no.
So we went off in a hurry. We ran, we bounded to get Lexi home fast so she wouldn't be grounded.
Oh, yeah.
When the hour hands on a number and the minute hands up, we know it's o'clock, whether breakfast or sun. If the hour hands right between two numbers per se, it's half past the hour on 10:30 that day. Yeah. With the long minute hand that represents the minutes go by, it's easy to tell time and to soon see why. Each number on the clock is 5 minutes in it. If you skip count by 5, you tell the time, lickety split.
Okay, guys, so that was just a fun way to show you telling time to the half hour and the hour. Now, I want to tell you a couple things about what they were talking about. So they were talking about that when that minute hand's going straight up, it's always o'clock, whether it's AM or PM. Now, our clock only has 12 numbers that go around it. And when it goes all the way around, it's like 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., blah, 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 blah. And then when it goes around, then you have 12 more hours, and that would be PM. PMs are nighttime, AMs are morning. So in the show, you actually saw them make a clock out of chalk. So my challenge for you guys today is to either go outside, and if you have chalk, make a clock out of chalk. If you don't have a chalk, then what I want you to do is I want you to just make one with pencil. Okay, so you're going to make your clock. Most clocks are circular, the analog clocks. 12 goes on top, 6 goes on the bottom, 3 goes over here, and then 9. Okay, so then you got to fill in the rest of the numbers. So after 12, it's really tricky, guys. It goes 1, 2, then you have 3, then we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now you're going to have a little hand that points in between numbers for when we're halfway past, like 2:30, or if your hand is going to point straight up at the 12, remember that's o'clock, and it's going to point directly at it. So I wanted to show you guys today. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. This is my analog clock. This is my clock that hangs in my kitchen. It looks like a really cool clock, but it's just plastic. And so what I want you guys to see is that these are Roman numerals. They actually are a fancy way to write numbers. So right now, my big hand is pointing up at the 12, and my little hand is pointing at the 6, 7, 8. So this would be 8 o'clock. If I keep my numbers going, I go halfway around the clock, and now I've gone halfway between 7 and 8. So this would be 7, and then this goes straight down 7:30. Keep going up. Now my hour hand's pointing straight up, so that's o'clock. So this would be 9 o'clock. Remember, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So those are just some of the ways to tell on an analog clock. So I wanted to show you guys my big analog clock today. Okay, so you guys, a lot of you showed me at our Google Meet on Wednesday your really awesome homes. You guys are going to build another home today using your other flip book. And your other flip book that you're going to be using, you are going to build an animal house. So you're going to have to either draw a cute little animal. You can also cut out the foxes that are on your flip book because you need to build a home or a den for your foxes. A den is another name for an animal's home. So this is probably going to look a little bit differently. It's not going to have regular windows and doors. You might build a home or a den for a beaver. You might build a home or a den for a fox or a coyote or maybe a bear. It's up to you. So be creative, guys, and make sure you do your sketch and then reflect on it, okay? You guys have 2 days left. I know you can do this. So what you need to do today, unscramble your word well words, do your COVID-19 journal, try to draw your clock in your driveway or your sidewalk with chalk. If you don't have chalk, then just use a pencil and paper. Rest of your day, 15 minutes of Lexia or Splash Learn, and go ahead and read 15 minutes to a stuffed animal. I would love to see that today. You can listen to chapter 4 of Owl at Home, and you can check out the special area page for art today. Make sure you fill your Google form out for Thursday. I did promise you guys I would figure out who my other friend was that completed Lexia. So congratulations, John, Seth, Jacob, and Jesse. Sorry, Jesse, for getting Lexia done yesterday. And we are already in the 160s, guys. I think Jesse was 162. So super exciting. So I miss you guys so much. I can't wait to see you next week for our end of the year party. And you guys have today, work as hard as you can, and tomorrow is our last day of lessons, guys, because next Tuesday and Wednesday, the videos are going to look a little bit differently. So I miss you so very much. I will see you soon. Work hard. You got grit. You don't quit. Bye, guys.